Hello, my name is Kelly Raffelli. I'm the Dean of Students here at Michigan Tech and the Director of International Programs and Services. Today, I'm going to cover various information that will help you not only prepare to arrive at Michigan Tech, but also for you to know what you need to do once you arrive. I'm going to first share my screen and show you the International Programs and Services website. This website has all the information that you can possibly need. On this website, you will find information for newly admitted students, current students, scholars, how to get involved, and about the staff. But I'll review some of that later. The first thing you should do is check out the newly admitted student tab. This is you. You are a newly admitted student. On this site, you will find information about what you need to do to prepare. So there's some tips on preparing for your visa interview, and then there's some drop-down menus that will show you what you need to do. While traveling to the United States, you should make sure that you carry your I-20, your visa, and your passport at all times. Paper copies. Do not travel with an electronic copy of your I-20. The Border Patrol agent will need to see these documents. Do not check these documents into your luggage. Make sure that they are safely secured on your carry-on luggage and keep those with you at all times. Make sure that you also sign those documents. It's really important that you sign those documents as well. This part of the website will tell you different options on how to get to Houghton, Michigan. You can travel here by plane or by bus. And these links will let you know how to get to the area by either plane or bus. You'll also see a tab for housing arrangements. The International Programs and Services staff, unfortunately, does not help you arrange housing, but there's information and links available on this drop-down menu that would be very helpful for you. So we recommend you take a look at those. Once you arrive on campus, there will be several things you'll need to do, and you will find this information on our website whenever you need it. But I'm also going to switch over to talking about the office. So this is a slide of the staff in the International Programs and Services. You will see that all four of us are DSOs. We are able to process your immigration paperwork and guide you and help you in your journey at Michigan Tech. Jamie is our International Student Advisor. She is probably the main person that you will work with. Mariana is our administrative assistant. She can also help you with paperwork. And Michelle is our employment expert. She manages the CPT and OPT process. Once you arrive in Houghton, Michigan, you will need to report to International Programs and Services. You will need to bring us your I-20, visa, and passport. If you're a J Scholar, you would bring your DS 2019. You can also check in online, and you will find the link on the website that I referenced earlier. We also recommend that you print your I-94 travel record. This is an important document that you should keep with you at all times. This lets anyone know that you are here legally in the US, and that way you do not need to carry your I-20 and your visa and passport. If you're living on campus, you should also check in with the housing office and get your keys and get all settled in your home. Once you are settled, you should head over to our library and check in with the library to get your Husky ID card. This is your Michigan Tech ID card. This will get you printing and it will get you access to buildings, things like that. It's really important that you have this. A few things that are mandatory for all international students is that number one, you need to have health insurance. You can either carry the Michigan Tech health insurance or you can get your own health insurance, but you must submit a waiver to the student insurance department saying that your insurance meets the requirements of Michigan Tech. You also need to pay your bill. The bills are due the week before classes begin, typically the Wednesday before classes begin. Remember, as an international student, to get an I-20 or a DS 2019, you had to prove that you had the finances to be here. This includes being able to pay your tuition. Please make sure to pay your tuition on time. If you're a graduate student, you also need to submit your transcripts to the graduate school at some point. The graduate school will let you know when it's time to do that. Another important requirement of international students is updating your address. SEVIS, or the United States government portal, requires that you update your address within 10 days of moving. So for you, you need to update your address within 10 days of arrival. But the rest of the time you're in the United States, every time you move, you have 10 days to update your address. It's really important that you make sure to do this requirement. You should also update your emergency contact information. This is really important in case there's an emergency, then we'll need to know who to contact. Maybe you have a friend or relative in the United States that you can list as a contact. If not, someone at home would be an important one. But if you do have someone in the US that you can list, that would be great. Where you go to change this information is on BANWeb. BANWeb is the portal that Michigan Tech students use to access their grades, their classes, their bills, all of their information. And you can see this is the web address for BANWeb. While you're here at Michigan Tech, it's really important that you maintain good immigration status. So how to maintain good immigration status is you maintain your health insurance, you report any address changes within 10 days of moving, you report any and all changes to the IPS office. If you change your major, if you change your degree, if you change your level, like you go from master's to PhD or PhD to master's, you need to let us know that. You also are required to maintain full-time academic status. If you are a graduate student, that's 9 credits per semester. If you are an undergraduate student, that's 12 credits per semester. Now, you can go above that credit limit, you just cannot go below. And remember, the most important thing, it is your responsibility to manage your immigration status. You need to know. If you have doubts, you should come to our office and ask questions. As an international student, unfortunately, you are not allowed to drop classes without talking to a DSO. The options to drop a class are listed below. In that case, you would get a reduced course load. So maybe you have a medical emergency or something medical happening, we can give you a reduced course load. If it's your last semester and you're graduating, we can give you a reduced course load. We also can do a reduced course load for academic concerns, but we can only do this in your first semester, and we can only do this within the first month of classes. You cannot come to us in week 10 or week 11 of the semester and ask to drop a class. Unfortunately, you are not permitted to do so per the SEVIS rules. Many students ask about on-campus employment. As an F1 visa holder and a J1 visa holder, you are permitted to work on campus only. You need special authorization to work off campus. So when you arrive, you can look for an on-campus job. You can only work 20 hours a week during the academic semesters. So the fall semester and the spring semester are academic semesters. When we have breaks, or in the summertime, you can work up to 40 hours a week. The IPS office will remind you of this often, and we will let you know when you can and cannot work and how many hours you can work. Michigan Tech uses a website called Handshake. You can find jobs on our website called Handshake, and there also is typically an on-campus job fair the first week of the semester, so look out for that. Many students are interested in getting a Social Security card. A Social Security card is for employment purposes only. You cannot get a Social Security number until you have a job. So you have to get the job, the on-campus job first, and then you can apply for a Social Security number. A Social Security number is not a work permit. It is just for tax purposes. In your first semester at Michigan Tech, you will need to wait at least 4 weeks before applying for a Social Security number. That is because we need 2 weeks. We have to wait 2 weeks from the start of the semester before we can register you with the government. And then it takes about another 2 weeks for your registration to reach the Social Security office. We will give you more instructions on this process during International Student Orientation and in the International Student Success Seminar. You will hear this information over and over again, and it's also located on our website. While you're here at Michigan Tech, there are lots of opportunities to get involved. On this slide, you'll see that there are several international student organizations. These may be of interest to you. You can find the links to these organizations on our website under Get Involved. There's also wonderful events that happen throughout the year. A few notable events coming up in the spring semester are Winter Carnival, African Night, Nowruz, Holy Night. There's so many events going on that celebrate international students and domestic students and the winter wonderland that we call Michigan Tech. So the big question many students ask is, what about the winter? Will I survive? Yes, you will. Lots of people survive. You can make it. We believe in you. So this slide just gives you some key points of fact. So on an average, the winter can have temperatures from -5 degrees Celsius to -17 degrees Celsius or 23 degrees Fahrenheit to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes it can be below zero. This is just a normal part of our life. We do have snow. It typically begins in November or December and will go through until about March or April. On average, we receive about 250 to 300 inches of snow. So 5.5 meters, 6 meters of snow per year. Michigan Tech and the surrounding community is very good at removing the snow and making sure that you can get to class. So don't worry, class will not be canceled. We recommend that you dress in layers. You wear a winter waterproof jacket. You have some good boots to keep your feet warm. You have gloves and a hat. Luckily, we recommend you buy these things, but if you have trouble affording to buy these things, we have a clothing closet on campus that often has these items for free for students. So you can check that out once you get here. And now I'm just going to show you some beautiful pictures of our beautiful campus in the winter and in other times of the year. Michigan Tech is an absolutely beautiful campus, and we are really excited to welcome you here. If you have any questions or you have any doubts, you should send an email to ips@mtu.edu. This is the best way for us to communicate with you. That way we have a record of what your questions are and how we can help you. Again, please check out our website for all your questions, and we look forward to welcoming you here next semester when you begin your journey as a Husky. Take care.